Hello, today I'll be talking about science and God. Uh, I scroll a lot of internet and I see a lot of young people, children, and all ages saying that they follow science and that science says there is no God. What does that even mean? There's a Bible says verse that says the fool say in his heart there is no God. Even if you think you're the most intelligent man on this earth, you say there is no God, that means you're a fool. Let me tell you why. The smartest man alive, or I think he has an IQ of 210, Christopher Lagane. He was asked, does God exist? And he said, if his reality has an identity. And then when you put the preliminary framework on the CTM, see, and then you start dragging properties of that identity, it perfectly describes the identity of God in all world's religion. So on a base in all world's religion, God exists. Now, when you look at all the greatest scientists, uh, let's say Einstein, father of relativity, is equals to mc squared. Uh, During his life, his career, he tried to disprove the existence of God. He tried to disprove the existence of God. He even falsified the documents to try to prove at the end that God did not exist. And then he found himself finding that God existed. I don't know if he finally gave his life to Christ or not, but I really hope so. And then when you go to Heisenberg, the father of quantum physics, what did he say? When you take a glass, the first gulp you take, a glass of natural sciences, the first gulp you take, you become an atheist. But when you reach at the bottom of the glass, it's God that's waiting for you. God's waiting for you at the bottom. When you see the greatest scientist, see the Isaac Newton, see Heisenberg, see all of them. A lot more of them were scientists. And you following science say God does not exist. Scientists have found that in our DNA, when you take the helix, you're aligned. The helix are aligned. When you take it and then you do whatsoever, and then what do you find in DNA? The name Yahweh, with the name of God. Said, I am that I am. Yahweh is his name. That's what you find our identity. And then there's another scientist. He said, Yahweh is 4 letters in Hebrews, and there's no vowels. He said, how do we pronounce it? And then it was pronounced like the bread, our bread. It's like, and you see, that bread is like the first bread we take. It's God's name that we pronounce. So a lot of facts. All honest people that tried to read the Bible to disprove God and to disprove the credibility, in all honesty, no lie, they'll see that it's Jesus the way. You see a lot of Sam Shamoun and all of those ex-Muslim apologists, a lot of atheists, a lot of scientists. They try to read the Bible just to disprove that God existed. But what they found at the end, in all honesty, they found that God existed and that Jesus was the way. Nothing, nothing can come from nothing. People are saying that something cannot come from nothing. Yes, and they will talk about the Big Bang or an explosion started. Where did the explosion come from? They'll say an explosion started and then explosion, and then after a bunch of explosions, planets formed, and then there was water, and then human body formed just like that, and then animals formed, and all that. Yes, that's the definition, the reason they are given for our existence. Like Cliff Nature, the preacher always says, if we were just a bunch of chemicals, it means I can just stand up and kill everybody. And there will be no problem with that. We are just a bunch of chemicals. Why do we matter? means there will be no morality. Who says that killing was bad? It was God. Who said that stealing was bad? It was God. You should not just stand up and agree to morality. Because if we want to take maybe the majority, what the majority says as what is truth, what the truth is, then if the majority stand up and say, killing all the handicaps is good, and then you just decide, killing all the handicaps is good, let's go kill all of them. That's it. And then why were we born? People say, Christians saying they're following God because they need a purpose in their life. Why were you born? There's a bunch of attempts. Just be born, eat, make noise, work money that you didn't even go with it in the ground, and then die. So that's what you were born. As Christians, you have a purpose. You have a purpose. And then when you read, you even try to go read the other books, the other religions. There's no coherence. It's not coherent. There's a lot of lies. And let's say our Muslims, the Muslims, they will say that they follow Jesus. When you provoke a Muslim, when you confront a Muslim about Jesus, they'll say they follow Jesus, they love Jesus more than even us Christians. If you love him, you don't even follow what he says. Why are you loving him? How are you loving him if you don't follow what he says? They say Muhammad was an illiterate, and then how did he? How could he assemble the Quran if he was an illiterate? They're saying that the angel Gabriel came and pressed him 3 times. He was feeling pain, he could not move. That's a description of sleep paralysis. Those demons from sleep paralysis. Because the angel Gabriel from the Bible could never do that. They're saying that I'm following the Torah. The angel Gabriel from the Torah could never do that. I think kill the infidels. I'm saying Muhammad, look at his wife. Just look at his behavior, how he behaved. Go and study his life. Study Jesus' life. I'm not here to convince you. Just study Jesus' life. Study Muhammad's life. Study, I don't know, Confucius' life. Study all of their lives and see for yourself who you follow. Don't follow me. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to what your imam are saying. Don't listen to what your preachers are saying in church. Go take it and read for yourself. In the Catholic Church, there's a lot of things that they say. You have to pray. They pray through Mary so that Mary can go deliver the message to Jesus. They pray through the saints so that the saints could go and deliver the message to Jesus, will go and deliver the message to God. Why other route? Jesus said, I am the way, the only way. Why are you passing through dead people? They didn't even listen to you. So there are a lot of contradictions. So that's why I'm saying go and read your Bible for yourself. Because to conclude, if you say you're a real scientist and you're an atheist, it means you're just at the top of the glass. Drink the glass till the end and find God at the bottom. So you can say that you're a scientist and then you say there's no God. It's said that us humans, or we only know about 4%, the most intelligent one on earth, just know about 4% of the whole universe. About 4%. And we think that we can reason what God can reason. So we should not rely on our own understanding. God does not reason like us. We only know about 4%. What about the 96 other percent? You will try to go to the other planets, you will try to explain things, you will try to prove things, we will be disprove, yes, let us. You will try to mount things, hypotheses again and again and again. See, I'm a scientist too. I'm a scientist. I do science, engineering. And I'm telling you that you can be a scientist and say that there's no God. Go read it for yourself. Go read the Bible for yourself. See all the alignment. Even Muhammad said he doesn't know where he will go when you die. He doesn't know where he's going. He's the main prophet. How does he not know where he's going? Ah, he was poisoned. How does he not know where he will go? Jesus said, I am the way. He was sure himself. He said that his father is going to his father. And then we come at the end. The Muslim nitpick the Bible, saying, yeah, Jesus will come at the end. Why is coming at the end is not God. How are you coming to judge why it's not God? Go read the Bible for yourself. You see. And people like to use the argument that the Bible has been changed so many times. From all the versions that has come out of the Bible, I'm not saying the Jehovah Witness small book or whatever. The maximum difference is a 2% difference. 2%. If I say in this version, he died, and the other version say he expires, what's the difference? And people will not even take the time to read. They'll just come and tell all the nonsense they heard from others without verifying the information. You're not a fool. Try to verify the information for yourself. So there were a lot of versions depending on the language. The Hebrew language, or original language, Hebrew, Greek, and then it came down. You see, maybe a vowel or an article was omitted, and then you see maybe the King James version was the ancient English. So you can even be an English speaker and then you don't an English speaker and you don't get the King James. Then you go take the new international version or simplified version to get a clearer understanding. So don't just pick facts from elsewhere and try to get the truth for yourself. I'm not here to force you or anything. Just don't stay blind. Say the lack of knowledge is a sin. Ignorance is a sin for itself. So don't be ignorant and try to find the truth for yourself. But all my scientists out there are saying that God does not exist. He exists. He does exist. And if you look for him, you'll find him. It's never too far. It's like if you look for him, you'll find him. So try looking for him. Before I found out I was at my lowest, I had all the intelligence necessary. A good sports before when I wanted. Biggest brain. So I had perfect body fit with all the apps and all. Intelligent and all. But at the end, I see found myself in him. And then I follow him. So decide to read Bible and follow him too.